Hello there, everybody. I'm so glad that you are joining me today. All right. If you're here live, say hello in the comments. If you're watching the replay, let me know with hashtag replay. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Kim Feeney. I'm a licensed independent social worker and a registered play therapist supervisor. And I have spent the last 10 plus years helping hundreds of children and families to lead healthier emotional lives. So parents and the children themselves can cope with these big, baffling emotions. And I'm really excited to be joining you today to talk about Dreikurs, Rudolf Dreikurs, and his goals of misbehavior. So this topic will help you, again, to dig a little bit deeper into understanding your child's behavior. Because let's face it, kids act out. Even the most well-behaved kid is going to have their moments. It's part of being a kid. It may be they're throwing a tantrum in the store. They may refuse to put their shoes on before school. They may sneak extra time on their electronics. However they choose to cause you stress and worry, at some point in their development, children are going to act up. And it can be frustrating. It can be confusing. It can be baffling. And there's usually a reason behind it. And today we're going to do some investigating and figure that out. We're going to explore a framework developed by Dr. Rudolf Dreikurs. And he identified 4 main goals of misbehavior. And all of these goals happen in the unconscious mind. So it's not that kids are consciously seeking out to meet these goals. It's the unconscious that is working, that is at play during this misbehavior. So the first of the 4 goals we're going to talk about is attention seeking. Of course, this is a big one because kids crave the attention of adults. And sometimes for some kids, negative attention is better than no attention at all. So if your child is acting up to get a reaction, that's a clue that they might be feeling a little bit lost in the shuffle of things going on. These type of kids, they want to be noticed. They may be the class clown or the show off. And parents, when these kids are acting up, you're going to be feeling annoyed. They may temporarily halt their behavior when you do give them that attention, if you're engaging with them, if you're playing with them. But the moment the spotlight is onto someone or something else, then it's showtime for these kids. That's when they're going to act up. The second type of kiddos that we're talking about today is going to be our power kiddos. If your child loves a good debate, they may be trying to establish that sense of power and control. They may be trying to assert their independence. So this may be common in the teenage years, or the preteen, tween type age. These are the kids that want to control everything. They want to boss around their friends. They want to argue with you as the adults. They may lie to get their way. And then you're going to feel angry when interacting with these types of misbehavior. When a limit or a consequence is set, they're going to up the ante. They're going to dig their heels in and argue even more. So with these type of kids, we want to avoid the power struggles. You want to choose our battles, so to speak. Is this the hill that you want to die in? Is this your stake in the ground? And the calmer we can be, the less we buy into that power struggle, the faster they're going to de-escalate. The third type of misbehavior we're talking about is revenge kids. These kids feel hurt or angry. They want to lash out to get back at someone. They feel they've been wronged or harmed in a certain way. And sometimes there's valid reasons for that. They want to push people away. They don't want to let people get close to them because people that get close to them hurt them. Sometimes these kids may act out being sore losers. They may become bullies. They may be aggressive. They figuratively and literally hurt people. And then us as adults, we then have a feeling of revenge. We want to get back at these kids. Obviously, that's not the correct choice, but that's the feeling, the impulse that we're going to have when these type of kids act up. And then finally, our fourth type of misbehavior is discouragement or inadequacy. If your child is struggling with a task and they feel they can't do it, the discouragement may lead to giving up or acting out to avoid further failure. These type of kids, they don't feel they can do anything right. So why should they even try? And then again, us as the helpers, the parents or the teachers or the therapists of these kids, we feel discouraged and helpless. We don't know how to help them to get that motivation or to get that feeling of adequacy. So now that we've kind of identified the four types of goals of misbehavior, keeping in mind that the goal of misbehavior can vary depending on the adult that the child is interacting with. It can vary depending on the situation the kid is in or the environment, whether it be home or school or community or church. So a kid can have all four of these at different times in their life and in their development. So number one, we want to try to identify the goal. We get to play detective when your child's act up. Take a deep breath. Figure out what you're feeling internally. Is it that anger? Is it that annoyance? Is it that need for revenge? Is it helplessness? And this will help you to choose your response more effectively. What feeling do you have inside that corresponds to the goal the kid might be needing? So if you are feeling annoyed, attention seeking, number one, don't give in to negative behavior. So just ignore that negative behavior. And the best way to eliminate these attention seeking behaviors is to pay attention to your child, scheduling daily or weekly play dates, encouraging and recognizing their achievements, encouraging their positive efforts and their improvement in things, giving them special jobs to do around the house, or having those special moments throughout the day, whether it be before bed or at the breakfast table or time after school, finding those little moments of connection throughout your day. Power struggles. I said this before. Pick your battles. Avoid power struggles over small things. And give these kids limited choices. Do you want to wear the blue shirt or the green shirt today? Kind of make a ritual out of giving them some power. Allow them to choose dinner every Friday night, or have them walk to the car. You can walk to the car today like an elephant or a monkey. As long as you have your shoes on, I don't care how you get there. And again, assign them special jobs, like having older siblings reading to younger siblings. Giving them a little bit of age-appropriate power is going to be okay. Revenge children. When you're feeling that need to get back in revenge, helping your children express their feelings in a healthy way, collaboratively finding a solution. Sometimes it's tough to show these kids unconditional love, and that is exactly what these types of kids need. We don't want to take their actions personally. We want to listen to them without blame or judgment. Apologizing to these kids can go a long way. And then give them some extra attention boosters. Write them special notes in their lunchbox. Tell a story with them as the main character, being the hero or the heroine. Boosting their count is ways to help these kids that are seeking revenge. And then finally, your discouraged kids. We want to offer encouragement and support. We want to do things like breaking down tasks into smaller steps, giving them quick wins, and celebrating their progress along the way. Constant encouragement, whether it be encouraging progress or effort or them being expert in things. Think the little engine that could. You think you can. You think you can. I know you can. I know you can. You're getting so much better. And again, pointing out their successes, no matter how small they are. And again, celebrating them in some small way. It can be a high five. It can be a sticker. It can be, a hug. And allow them to make mistakes and then help them learn from them. Not in a luxury type way, but like let them know it's going to be okay. My favorite book for this is Beautiful Oops. I cannot think off the top of my head who wrote it. Might be Barney Salzberg. But Beautiful Oops, it's a quick, easy read. It's engaging. And it just points out that sometimes mistakes can turn into beautiful things. Remember, misbehavior is a communication tool. Understanding the needs underneath the misbehavior, the goals behind it, help our children to develop better coping mechanisms. And keep in mind, there's no one-size-fits-all approach. If you have 2 kids looking for attention, they may need attention in different ways, and that's okay. So try different strategies to determine what works best for your child and your family. So if there's any comments, let me know, or questions. Even if you're watching the replay, feel free to leave your comments and your questions in the chat, and I will come back and answer them as I can. So, yeah, that kind of wraps up our rundown of the goals of misbehavior. So I want to thank you all for joining me, and keep in mind, there's no perfect parent, just like there's no perfect child. However, working together to understand the reasons behind the behaviors, we build strong, positive relationships. And I'll end with a quote from Dr. Ross Greene. Children will if they can. Provide them that can. You guide them and provide that path to positive behaviors. No matter what their need or their goal is, or how bad the behavior may seem, children deserve to be loved and valued unconditionally. So, and keep in mind, you're doing the best you can. Stay tuned for next week. We'll have another snippet of something to help you and your families. And check out our upcoming parenting groups. I'd love to have some of you join us. Have a great rest of your Monday.